Was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
At Maori Women's Clinic, we're here for women and what matters most to them. From understanding your monthly cycles to growing a family or navigating menopause and everything in between. Our experienced team of OBGYNs include Drs. Prendergast, Morgan, Ablard, Rosh, and Jones. Maori Women's Clinic is located in Salina, and we invite you to come experience a team that values expertise, care, and compassion, because you matter more at Maori.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel, and when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling, and now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
When Vernon Jewelers has 40% off store-wide, there must be a special occasion. Through September, Vernon Jewelers is celebrating 133 years in business with 40% off store-wide. Savings include high-quality, unique pieces that will not only be cherished, but create a lifetime of memories. Save 40% during the 133rd anniversary sale at Vernon Jewelers, 123 North Santa Fe in downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884. 40% off September only excludes loose diamonds, repairs, and special orders.
I'm Brian Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Commercial Tire game of the week. Sacred Heart Knights will be taking on the Ellsworth Bearcats and Ellsworth. Packed house tonight for the season opener for both teams. Ellsworth in the black, all black, and Sacred Heart in the gold helmets, all white uniforms. Sacred Heart is coached by second-year Coach Ryan Krychek, and Ellsworth is led by head coach John Homolka in this season opener tonight. A couple of game notes here. 4 coaches in 4 seasons for Sacred Heart. This will be Krychek's second season. Last season he finished with 3-5 record. The last time the Sacred Heart Knights had a winning record was in 2013, where Sacred Heart finished 8-2. Coach Krychek obviously is looking to bring that winning tradition back to Sacred Heart. After an interview with Coach Krychek, he thinks this season there's more of a positive environment around the team. The players, the coaching staff, even the school, they were just having high hopes for this season and a lot of positive attitudes going on throughout the team. Also, he mentioned that the freshman class for this season in Sacred Heart is talented, with a young offensive line with 3 freshman starters looking to make an appearance in tonight's game. Also, stud running back, linebacker Dom Matucci is currently working his way back from a foot injury he sustained. However, returning starters such as Maddox Wells, quarterback, who finished last season, 61 passing percentage with 17 TDs, and even ran the ball a little bit with 51 carries and 112 yards. And also wide receiver Noah Hines, who finished last season with 702 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns on that season. Looking to start here in just a little bit as Sacred Heart team captains and the Ellsworth team captains are walking to the 50-yard line to the refs to get the coin toss to see who will either kick or receive the football in tonight's game. Weather is not too bad. Well, I'm in the booth. It's not too sure if I can really feel it, but it's kind of a cramped booth. But outside, it's probably going to kick up a little bit. I saw the lows for tonight looking to be around 48 to 56, something around there. So going to probably be a cold night for tonight. Good to see Friday Night Lights to be back on. Sacred Heart has a good attendance on the other side of the field. Ellsworth, obviously a home game for them. They're going to have a packed house season opener. Elias Gordon, running back for Sacred Heart, is expected to be the starter for Sacred Heart to fill in for Dom Matucci, who may be battling an injury but working his way back. Coach Krychek, after an interview, had mentioned that he is not too concerned about bringing back Matucci into the starting lineup since it's going to be a long season ahead of him. Coach Krychek, after the season last year, was looking to bring a winning record back for this year after finishing 3-5 last season. Field conditions looking pretty nice. If you look on the 30-yard line, and actually, on 30-yard lines on each side, there's a huge potholes, and wondering if some of the players on the sideline will guard that area, because that'll be very dangerous for a player. Let's say he gets pushed out of bounds or makes a hard run out of bounds, and that'd be tough circumstances if that were to happen. We're about to get underway with 30 seconds left on the game clock to start the game for tonight's game. Ellsworth once again in the all-black unis with the red stripe on their helmets, and Sacred Heart with the all-white unis with the gold helmets. Looking a little bit like Notre Dame a little bit, but with the navy blue numbers and no Irish green. Ellsworth is taking the field as Sacred Heart looks like Krychek is talking to the referees about something. Not too sure what they're talking about, but looking to get started here in just a little bit. Once again, tonight's game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. And we are here broadcasting. My name is Nicholas Fierro. up in the Equity Bank broadcast booth here in Ellsworth, Kansas. Sacred Heart now is on their way to take the field. Looks like Ellsworth is going to kick while Sacred Heart will receive the football here. Oh, Ellsworth will receive. Okay. Look like Ellsworth is going to have the kickoff here, but Sacred Heart will kick and Ellsworth will receive. So, going to get started here in a matter of seconds for the 2025 Kansas High School football season opener for both Sacred Heart and Ellsworth. Should be an exciting season for both. Sacred Heart obviously looking to have a much better season than last year. Coach Krychek is his second season coaching for the Knights. And he is the fourth head coach in four seasons. Let's see if that will stay consistent after this season. As Sacred Heart kicks it off underway. Ball bounces out of bounds, the 20-yard line. Ellsworth. Their starting offense is heading onto the field. Ellsworth defense, or I should say Sacred Heart defense, has a lot of returners and freshman safety. Got Maddox Wells Jr. at corner. Luis Hernandez at corner. Noah Hines, safety, is also receiver. Miles Wells, Gabriel Aguayo, Chimizi, and Cruz Carrico out in the linebacker position. Football set up on the 30-yard line. Ellsworth snaps. And is stopped right away by the Sacred Heart defense. Nice job right there from the Sacred Heart defense. Stopped by Kason Ivy of Sacred Heart. Let's see if Ellsworth will respond after being stopped right away. Got two receivers on the left side. Sacred Heart playing zone here. Another pitch to the running back is stopped right away once again. Sacred Heart defense coming out strong here.
The ball carrier again, tackled by Landon Pfeiffer Johnson.
Landon Pfeiffer Johnson with the tackle there. 5'10", 220 pounds. He's also offensive lineman as well. But third down right away for Ellsworth. 3rd and 12. Lost 2 yards here. Ellsworth looking to respond here. Let's see what they can do here on offense. Another pitch on the other side. Oh, pitch handoff. And he gets sacked. Wow, by Gabriel Aguayo from Sacred Heart. My goodness. Sacred Heart defense was not playing today, folks. Wow. Now Ellsworth has to punt right away. My goodness.
Brings up a 4th and long for the Bearcats.
4th and 21 to go for Ellsworth. Punting looks like right on the 18-yard line. Bad snap here. Still punts it. Oh, almost blocked. Bounces here. They're just going to let it go. Right on the fifth, right about the 49-yard line for Sacred Heart side. Sacred Heart offense is coming out. Ellsworth defense looking to see maybe if they can repay what they just suffered from the Sacred Heart defense. My goodness, they just got stopped right away. Refs are looked like they changed the ball. They're gonna maybe got wet or something. Yeah. Got somebody on the Ellsworth sideline cleaning off the footballs. A little wet, kind of misty day out. As the Sacred Heart offense is taking the field here. 49-yard line. QB is Maddox Wells rolling to the left, and he's going to take off. Nice gain there from Maddox Wells. Pushed out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. Looked like a gain of 5.
Tackled by Cameron Gardner. Pushed out of bounds by Cameron Gardner.
Right at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5 here for Sacred Heart. Once again, this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. You're watching this game right here live on Salina Post YouTube. Here comes Maddox Wells. Takes the ball, looking to his right. Throws a deep pass to Noah Hines. A little underthrown, but a flag is thrown here. Probably going to be pass interference. Looked like the corner from Ellsworth was holding him. Let's see what they're going to call here. Or maybe there's actually a flag on Sacred Heart. Maybe called on Noah Hines. Maybe unnecessary roughness. Let's see what they call here. Look like a push-off. Unnecessary roughness call on Sacred Heart Noah Hines. Pass interference on the offense. Okay. Thought it was for sure going to be on Ellsworth. Usually those calls go on for the offense, but this time it was put on for the defense. Losing a bunch of yards here. Still 2nd down. 2nd down and long here on the 40-yard line of own Sacred Heart. Ellsworth defense looking to respond after their 3 and out. Maddox Wells rolls right again, once again, looking to throw, and is that intercepted? Oh, but it's dropped. Ellsworth almost picked it off. Looks like that was Cooper McGowan of Ellsworth who almost picked that off to bring it back to the Ellsworth offense. Looked like Maddox Wells was trying to get away from the defense and trying to get a first down, but just threw it and just trying to make something happen. But usually when you just try to force things that just happen like that, usually bad things will occur, and that was almost the case there for Sacred Heart of a near interception by Ellsworth. Noah Hines, the only receiver on the right. Maddox Wells makes a move after the snap, and he gets quickly taken down right at the 50-yard line. Rowan Antiveros is on the left side for Sacred Heart, set up for the receiver position.
Maddox Wells on the keeper again. Initial hit by Liam Stone.
So we have 4th and 10 here for Sacred Heart. They're going to try to get a first down here. Keep the chains moving. Actually going to go for a punt here. That was punted by the quarterback, Maddox Wells. Oh, and it looks like it was Ellsworth tried to recover it after just letting it bounce, but it went right through his legs and almost could have been a turnover right there for Ellsworth, but Sacred Heart could not convert on that, and Ellsworth recovers. That would have been a tough situation for the Bearcats. And it'd been great field position right there for the Knights to try to see if they can get their first touchdown of the season. That was not the case for Sacred Heart. Here Ellsworth is back on for the 2nd time here. See if they can have a better drive from their first drive after being stopped 3 and out. Ellsworth gives off to the running back. Gets through for nice gain. Probably gain about 4. That was Tucker Goss with the carry. Gain of 5. He was tackled by Cruz Carrico, who is a sophomore for Sacred Heart. Also plays tight end on the offensive position. Ellsworth, 2nd down and 5 here. Hands it off to the fake. Now the quarterback for Ellsworth just runs off and gets the 1st down. Nice run for, looks like that's Carson Jacobs. But there's a flag. Nice run by Carson Jacobs, but it may come back here depending on the call. Let's see what the refs call here. Huh. It's on to Ellsworth, so yeah, that's coming back. Man, tough break there for Ellsworth, and Sacred Heart got a break because Carson Jacobs just took off. Nobody touching him after. Looked like it was a gain of about 6. Got Maddox Wells, who's a QB, out playing defense for corner. And Cruz Carrico out. Another fake handoff, the quarterback keeper, and Carson Jacobs just keeps going. Let's see if Maddox Wells takes off his counterpart. My goodness, Carson Jacobs keeps moving the chains here, even after the one they called back, but now he's back. Now he's on the 50-yard line, and wow, that was a great run right there by Carson Jacobs. Just had a great open there, and I mean, these fakes, he get the fakes off. I mean, he thinks he's going to give it to the running back of Ellsworth, but he just keeps it and rolls to the left. That threw off the Sacred Heart defense for sure. Right on the 49-yard line is Ellsworth offense. Carson Jacobs actually hands it off to the running back this time and is stopped, but a gain of about like maybe 5 or 4 for Tucker Goss.
That's run by Tucker Goss, brought down by Kason Ivy. And
That was a gain of about 6, so.
And Gabriel Aguayo. Gain of 6 brings up a 2nd and 4.
You're in the middle, Maddox. Maddox, you're in the middle. We're in duo.
Got 2nd down and 4 here. See if Ellsworth can keep running, moving the chains here. Another handoff to Tucker Goss. Tucker Goss is taken off down the sideline. He doesn't get taken down, and the first touchdown of the game goes to Ellsworth. Tucker Goss with the touchdown for Ellsworth from the 43-yard line. 43-yard touchdown by Tucker Goss. My goodness. He's a big guy as well. Tucker Goss, let's see. Tucker Goss is 200-pound running back. Can't get his height. Well over 6 feet, though. But that was an easy 6 points right there for Ellsworth as they're setting up for the extra point. See, they get the PAT here. It is up, and it is good. Ellsworth, the home team, is leading here 7-0. Sacred Heart down 7 points. Be back here in just a moment. You're listening to Sacred Heart and Ellsworth Commercial Tire Center game, brought to you by, or here on Salina Post Sports.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Welcome back. My name is Nicholas Fierro. This is the Commercial Tire Center game, Sacred Heart versus Ellsworth in Ellsworth, Kansas. Up here broadcasting from the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Trey Tolley behind the camera. We appreciate his endeavors. Providing you this game live on Salina Post YouTube page. Commercial Tire Center game here. Kick it off to Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart recovers. And it's stopped. Oh, but he stays up. That was Maddox Ontiveros who received the kickoff. Stayed up pretty well, but was eventually brought down by the Ellsworth defense. Sacred Heart, see if they can respond here. After the 43-yard run by Tucker Goss of Ellsworth, who just could not be taken down. My goodness. Had some good running attempts, too, from the Ellsworth Bearcats. Carson Jacobs, QB, had some fake handoffs and had a couple of gains here. And Maddox Wells of Sacred Heart maybe looking to respond here. Hands it off. Looks like that was Miles Wells, the ball carrier there, with a gain of about 3, I believe. Well, according to the scoreboard, it was about 1.
Brings up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. As I mentioned earlier in the game, stud running back Dom Matucci is recovering from a foot injury, who usually is the starter for Sacred Heart. But is recovering from another handoff, but was completely consumed by the Ellsworth defense. Loss of about 1, maybe 2.
Tackled in the backfield by Valen Vague. Loss of 4 on the play.
Loss of 4. Ellsworth defense looking really strong. When Sacred Heart defense was actually looking really strong on the first drive of the game, as they stopped Ellsworth with 3 and out, but Ellsworth is repaying them right here in this drive. Maddox Wells, man in motion. Fake handoff. Maddox Wells rolling to the right. Now he's rolling to the left. Stops back, throws it, and is incomplete. Tried to complete it to Rowan Ontiveros, but was stopped. The Sacred Heart offensive line was completely collapsed there. And it had Maddox Wells just had to roll right, roll left, and try to pick up something. Now it's 4th and 13 for Sacred Heart. And it forces them to punt. Maddox Wells, the quarterback, punting for Sacred Heart. Into return is Ellsworth. Makes the punt here. Drops right in front of the Ellsworth returner. Ellsworth returner picks it up, scoops it up, makes a spin move, and he's still on his feet, but Brett's brought down by the Sacred Heart defense. That was number 24 of Ellsworth, Jackson Minier, senior, who's a wide receiver, defensive back, 140 pounds. Solid run there for Ellsworth. But now that Ellsworth's in great field position to try to get another 7 here on the board very quickly here in the first quarter with 5 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the first quarter. Packed house here in the Ellsworth Junior Senior High School football stadium. Fans looking to see if they can see their Ellsworth Bearcats get the season opener, home opener win, and Sacred Heart audience looking to see their Sacred Heart Knights bring home a 1-0 record. after this game.
The call is running into the kicker against the Bearcats.
Oh, there was a call, 5-yard penalty.
Repeat a fourth down.
So they're actually going to repeat it here. There was a roughing the kicker. I'm not too sure what the call was. But Sacred Heart is going to punt it once again, recovered once again by Jackson Minier. Jackson Minier is rolling to the left, but gets taken down by the punter and QB, Maddox Wells. What a solid run again by Jackson Minier. Jackson Minier just basically said, all right, I'll just do it again. My goodness. It puts Ellsworth back in good field position. With 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Ellsworth with the ball. Sacred Heart looking to stop Ellsworth from being down 2 possessions. Got Carson Jacobs with a fake handoff, but it's a fumble. Let's see it. Sacred Heart with the recovery. Wow, what a missed opportunity right there for Ellsworth to try to come up and be up by 2 possessions. But Luis Hernandez of Sacred Heart recovers it for Sacred Heart. Wow. Those mistakes will bite you. Probably lost possession of it because it's a little wet on the field. We saw earlier the referees had to switch out the football in the middle of the game due to it being wet. So some wet conditions will be in effect for this game tonight. So Maddox Wells, man in motion. Back out with Sacred Heart, hands it off to, and he gets stopped right there. My goodness. Miles Wells got consumed by the Ellsworth defense. Tucker Goss, who was the same running back that had the 43-yard touchdown earlier for Ellsworth, gets the stop right there for the Bearcats. As it is quickly second down for Ellsworth at the loss of 2 for Sacred Heart. Ball on the own 16-yard line for Sacred Heart. Ellsworth defense looking very strong early on. Let's see if Sacred Heart can make some adjustments here mid-game. Maddox Wells rolling back. Looking, rolling to the right. Throws it to Noah Hines. Noah Hines is open to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and he goes all the way. Wow. And just like that, Sacred Heart puts up 6 on the board as Maddox Wells. Looks like that was an 85-yard touchdown pass to Noah Hines for Sacred Heart. Noah Hines looked like he wasn't even moving around. He was just kind of jogging around, and looks like the defensive backs for Ellsworth just took their eyes off of Noah Hines, and that's how Noah Hines just got open and took off for an 84-yard touchdown. My goodness. Makes it 7-6. Let's see, looks like they're going to go for 2 here, maybe take the lead. Or no, they're actually going for the, well, Maddox Wells and the offense still out there looking to get the 2-point conversion here, see if they convert it. Maddox Wells receives. And he's wide open. My goodness, that was easy. Roman Ontiveros completes the 2-point conversion for Sacred Heart, and that brings them up 8-7 after an 84-yard touchdown pass. Maddox Wells to Noah Hines. We'll take a quick break here. You're listening to Sacred Heart versus Ellsworth, brought to you by Commercial Tire Center on Salina Post YouTube.
Early mornings, long days, That's the life of a farmer. And during harvest season, there's no better time to reward yourself with a truck that works just as hard as you do. Get behind the wheel of a 2025 Ford F-150. Lease with zero down starting at $499 a month. Need more muscle for the heavy haul? Check out the 2025 Ford F-250. Up to $6,500 off and 2.9% APR for 48 months. You've earned it. Let Long MacArthur make upgrading effortless. Visit longmacarthur.com today.
And welcome back. Once again, I am Nicholas Fierro, broadcasting up here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth here in Ellsworth, Kansas. You're listening to or watching Ellsworth versus Sacred Heart Knights, brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. If you're just now tuning in, Sacred Heart just had an 84-yard touchdown pass with a 2-point conversion coming up 8-7. Ellsworth scored first in the game after a 43-yard run by Tucker Goss of Ellsworth. Back and forth game here. Ellsworth defense is looking really strong, but it was just after that 84-yard touchdown pass. It just takes one play, folks, to get you back on the game. Kickoff here from Ellsworth and rolls out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Looks like Ellsworth will start at the 30-yard line of their own. Sacred Heart looking to have that same stop that they had on the first drive of the game as they stopped Ellsworth. 3 and out. Looked very strong. Had a couple of lost gains from Ellsworth. See if they can respond here. Being down 1. 8-7 is the score. Sacred Heart is up. 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Ellsworth set up on their own 30-yard line. Carson Jacobs, quarterback, keep, and he's just, my goodness, they're going all over Sacred Heart in this run game, whether it's from the quarterback of Carson Jacobs or the running back of Tucker Goss. Carson Jacobs hasn't really even thrown the football at all this game. It's just been on the run, him on the ground. That was a 20-yard run right there by Carson Jacobs. Carson Jacobs looking really strong on the ground game, as well as Tucker Goss, who has well over 40 yards rushing with a touchdown in this game already. Carson Jacobs of Ellsworth. Fake. Gives it, and it's dropped. Oh, my goodness. Wide open was the receiver of Ellsworth. It looked like it was just an ejecto-man. I mean, that's what we call it. My goodness. Just right off of his hands. It looked like it just pushed off of him. His hands, wow. Missed opportunity right there for the Ellsworth Bearcats. Let's see if they can make an adjustment here and make up for their mistakes. It happens, folks. We saw it last night with the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb drops a lot of balls. But let's see. Carson Jacobs, another quarterback keeper, running to the left and gets taken down. Nice run again by Carson Jacobs. Carson Jacobs says, I guess I'll just take it myself. Another first down right there for Carson Jacobs. 10-yard gain for Ellsworth. Now set up on the Sacred Heart side. Right on the, look about on the 36-yard line. Ellsworth once again. 2 men on both sides. 2 for receiver. Another fake handoff. Another drop pass. Wow. Another missed opportunity right there for Ellsworth. As Carson Jacobs Makes two great passes, but right off of the hands of the Ellsworth receivers. Like I said, it's probably maybe a wet condition. I'm not too sure with the footballs being wet. But that was two back-to-back drop passes right there for Ellsworth. Coach Homolka of Ellsworth is probably not happy about that. But it's a handoff to the running back of Ellsworth. Nice run right there. And that was number 9, Cooper McGowan. Cooper McGowan, nice run right there for Ellsworth. Their run game is looking very strong. It's just their passing game, the 2 drop passes, but their running game is looking very strong here for Ellsworth. As it moves the chains for the Bearcats. Sacred Heart looking to make some adjustments to try to stop that run game for Ellsworth. Ellsworth just looking really strong here. I wouldn't stop it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it looks like it's coming back. Holding on the offense for Ellsworth, and now they're going all the way back. So much for nothing after 2 great gains for Ellsworth. Cooper McGowan and Carson Jacobs. Looks like those yards will come back for Ellsworth, as they'll be set up back almost near the 50-yard line. Ball on the 41 for Ellsworth. Carson Jacobs, looks like it was another quarterback keeper, but that time it was stopped. The run game, Tucker Goss, was stopped immediately by the Ellsworth defense. Great adjustment right there for the Knights. And that's what they did in the first drive. I mean, in the first drive, the Knights' defense, they stopped the run game right away on Ellsworth, but after that, it just looked like they just let it go. But now it looks like they made those adjustments as Coach Krychek leading the Sacred Heart Knights. Ellsworth once again hands it off to Cooper McGowan. Cooper McGowan stopped again. Not much of a gain there for Ellsworth Bearcats. Tackle there by Maddox Wells of Sacred Heart. Brings it to a 4th down here for Ellsworth. 4th 14. Just 1 gain for Ellsworth. Great adjustment right there for the Knights' defense after that holding call by Ellsworth. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 14. 4th and long here. Carson Jacobs rolling back. Throws a deep pass, and there's nothing there for Ellsworth. Looking for Cooper McGowan, the big target right there. Looks like Cooper McGowan bumped into the defensive back of Sacred Heart, but that did nothing for Ellsworth. And now Sacred Heart will turn over. They'll turn over on downs, given over to Sacred Heart here, as the Knights will regain the football on their own 40-yard line. 1 minute and 2 seconds left here in the first quarter. Sacred Heart up 8-7 in Ellsworth. Once again, this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center, and you're watching this game live on the Salina Post YouTube page. Thank you to all the sponsors. We'd like to thank Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, LillyPad Septic, and Smart Insurance for sponsoring and their support for this game. As Sacred Heart hands it off to the running back of Sacred Heart. Looks like that was on the carry for Sacred Heart. Looked like that was Miles Wells for the Knights. Short gain here. Looked like it was a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 here. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Running clock right now. Let's see what Sacred Heart can do right before the first quarter ends. See, maybe they can get one more play or maybe even 2 before this quarter ends of the first quarter. So receivers on each side of the field. Maddox Wells rolls left, takes off, and he gets the first down. Makes a couple of juke moves, but is pushed out of bounds. Nice strong run right there for Maddox Wells, and stops the clock right at 4 seconds in the first quarter. So they can get one more play before the quarter ends. Nice run right there for Sacred Heart and Maddox Wells. Ball set up now on the own 37-yard line for the Bearcats.
About the 37-yard line, 1st and 10, Sacred Heart.
Knights looking to make it a 2-possession game, or 1-possession game, I should say. Get a touchdown here or field goal, whatever they can earn for themselves here tonight in this season opener for Kansas high school football. Once again, this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Sacred Heart Knights versus the Ellsworth Bearcats. Season opener. Flag here, looks like it was maybe a false start. Yep. False start by Sacred Heart. So that will move Sacred Heart back probably about 5 yards. Yep, 42-yard line. Still on Ellsworth's side, though. So still getting good field position. Two seconds left here in the first quarter. Game clock is stopped, so after this play, we'll head into the second quarter. Packed house here for Ellsworth. I feel like the weather would be much worse if it was windy, but I think it's more bearable for the fans here at Ellsworth. One more play here. Maddox Wells rolls back, runs up the middle, and is stopped. Couple of gains there after losing it from a false start. But that is the end of this first quarter. Ellsworth, or I should say Sacred Heart, is up 8-7 against Ellsworth. Once again, this is the Sacred Heart Knights versus Ellsworth here at Ellsworth, Kansas. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. You're listening to this game, watching this game on Salina Post.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
And welcome back. I am Nicholas Fierro, broadcasting up here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth here in Ellsworth, Kansas. It is the Sacred Heart Knights taking on the Ellsworth Bearcats, brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. We thank Trey Tully and his efforts in bringing you this live broadcast of the game here on the Salina Post YouTube page. What better way to not only listen to the game, but to also watch it as well. After this quarter will be a halftime as the second quarter, start of the second quarter here. Sacred Heart with the big highlight of the game with the 84-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines earlier this game, which brought the Ellsworth, or the Sacred Heart Knights, up 8-7 right now on the Bearcats. Sacred Heart with the ball. Noah Hines, or Maddox Wells, rolling left. Tries to run again and gets taken down right away by the Ellsworth defense. Maddox Wells is taking a lot of hits here. Make sure he stays healthy because one little hit can cost you, especially in football. The offensive line for Sacred Heart, according to Coach Krychek, is a young offensive line with about maybe 3 or 4 freshmen starting. Coach Krychek, in an interview, had stated the environment and the attitude of Sacred Heart was very positive and just lively, with looking like a hopeful season after the 3-5 losing record of last season. Maddox Wells rolls back, fakes, and throws it to Noah Hines. Noah Hines, and tough pass there. Covered man-to-man greatly. He was covered well by the Ellsworth defensive back. Noah Hines is a pretty big object there, pretty big target there for Sacred Heart. Noah Hines is 6'1", 165 pounds. Usually when you're a over 6 foot target, especially at the receiver position, that's a pretty good advantage over some 6 foot and under defensive backs. Notable receivers that were tall, especially in the NFL, like guys like Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, huge targets, so height really does help, especially in their receiver position. Maddox Wells looking for his man, rolls to the left, and it's away from the intended receiver of Maddox Ontiveros.
Pass from Maddox Wells is incomplete. Intended for number 6, Maddox Ontiveros.
Maddox Wells is rolling a lot and getting out of the pocket with the offensive line collapsing here. Maddox Wells is trying to do whatever he can to get a first down. Has made a lot of plays, a lot of throws to just try to force it, but nothing, no mistake after him just trying to make something happen after he comes out of the pocket.
Personal foul is a call against the Bearcats.
So it's a personal foul on the Ellsworth defense, and that moves the chains for Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart catches a break here, and it's not looking good for Ellsworth as they are on their own 21-yard line. Sacred Heart in very good field position here, looking to put up another 6 here. And Maddox Wells hands it off to Noah Hines, but is completely stopped. Or I shouldn't say Noah Hines, Gabriel Aguayo. Gabriel Aguayo was completely consumed by the Ellsworth defense after that handoff. That's what's going to happen, folks. You're going to try to mix it up. The offense is going to try to mix it up, but if that defense reads it very well, they're going to stop it right away and put an end to that. And that's why the best teams, especially in football, are the ones that make play-to-play adjustments as opposed to game-to-game adjustments, because if you just make game-to-game adjustments, you're waiting for the next game. But play-to-play adjustments are those teams that are great that make those very often. Maddox Wells rolling to the right. Pocket collapses once again. Rolling right. And is intercepted by the Ellsworth defense, but a flag is on the play. That was one of those plays, folks, those throws, folks, that I told you about, that Maddox Wells was trying to make something happen at the pocket collapses, and he was going to make a mistake if that was just happening more often than not. Flag is on the play, though. Let's see who it'll be on. Intercepted by the Bearcats, though. Let's see what the call is here. Referees are talking about it. On the 40-yard line, or I should say 35-yard line. Let's see what the call is here. Ref is, let's see. No signal yet. What's the signal here? Okay. I'm not too sure what the signal is. Oh, so it's on Ellsworth. So the interception does not count. Looks like it was a personal foul on the Bearcats as Sacred Heart catches a break there. So the offense will come back on the field. That would have been great for Ellsworth because they were in their own 21-yard line, 25-21 yard line. But Sacred Heart catches a break right there. My goodness. But as I mentioned, Maddox Wells has just been coming out of the pocket and is trying to make whatever he can happen. And once the pocket collapses, but down right there. Oh, wait, actually, it's going to stay to the Ellsworth. Never mind then. I'm sorry. Disregard what I just said here. Ellsworth is actually going to keep the ball after the interception on the Ellsworth defense. As Carson Jacobs and the offense are back on the field. Hands it off to Tucker Goss. Tucker Goss got a nice little open right there, but that stopped right away by the Sacred Heart Knight defense. Score is 8-7. Sacred Heart up by 1 point with 9 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the second quarter. Once again, you are watching this game on Salina Post YouTube page. Sacred Heart Knights versus the Ellsworth Bearcats. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Once again, I'm Nicholas Fiero with Trey Tully, who's running the video here for you in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Nothing doing there for the Ellsworth offense. Sacred Heart Knight defense looking strong here these past two plays. The Vernon Jewelers gem of the game so far for me is that 84-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines earlier in the first quarter. Noah Hines was just wide open. Defensive backs looked lost from Ellsworth. Carson Jacobs, quarterback keeper here, gets a nice little gain of maybe about 4 on third down, but it's stopped right away by the Knight defense. Actually, that was enough for a first down, actually. So that's a first down right there. Carson Jacobs on the ground has been running very well. I don't think he's completed a pass, maybe one pass for Ellsworth, but he's just been running the ball more than he has thrown in this game. Man in motion here for the Bearcat offense. Another quarterback keeper is Jacobs. Gains about 4 for the Bearcats. Jacobs is gaining about 5 average yards here each run. 2nd and 5. Carson Jacobs, another quarterback keeper running up in the middle, and another first down. Man, Carson Jacobs is just destroying the Knight defense on the ground here. I mean, I might just say Carson Jacobs is a running back. I don't know. He just every time he throws the ball, it just the receivers. I mean, 2 receivers have dropped it earlier this game, so he's probably just thinking to himself, I might just take it myself, and hopefully if he throws the ball, the receivers will make an adjustment and catch it. Actually hands it off to Tucker Goss. Nice gain there for the Bearcat offense. So Ellsworth is looking really strong here on the ground. Sacred Heart defense has stopped the Ellsworth offense on the ground from here and there, but for the majority of the game, the Ellsworth run game has been pounding all over the Knight defense. Carson Jacobs once again. Another quarterback keeper Fake handoff and is ran. Another first down picked up. Another run, another first down right there for the Bearcat offense. And the chains move up once again. Ball now on the own side of Sacred Heart. The 39-yard line of the Knights. Carson Jacobs and Tucker Goss leading the offense here in the rushing game with probably almost 100 yards, 100-plus yards combined with another run by the Ellsworth offense. That was Jackson Minier this time of the Bearcats with a gain of about 2 here. Ball set up now on the 37-yard line of the own Sacred Heart side. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. Sacred Heart up 8-7. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center here in Ellsworth, Kansas. Once again, I'm Nicholas Fierro alongside Trey Tolley, who is running the video for Salina Post in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Another handoff, but it was stopped right away by the Knight defense. I mean, once the Knight defense, once they get that adjustment to stop the Bearcat defense, the Bearcats going to try to resort to the passing game here. As it is 3 and 6, third and 6, third down, and 6 to go for the Bearcat offense. So it's a gain of about 1. Let's see if they'll either run, another run. Oh, at a pitch. The quarterback here was a pitch to Jackson Minier. Jackson Minier trying to get past and maybe got enough to get that first down. Not too sure from my angle, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if that'll come back. Let's see what the call here will be. So it is holding on the offense, so that'll go on Ellsworth as it'll come back 5 yards, I believe. Still third down, though, for the Bearcat offense. Carson Jacobs quiet on the passing game, but making a lot of noise on the run game here for the Ellsworth offense. Ball on the 47-yard line of Ellsworth. Timeout Ellsworth. We'll stay here. Once again, this is Sacred Heart versus Ellsworth here in Ellsworth, Kansas for the 2025 season opener of Kansas High School football, brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. This game has been back and forth as far as whether Sacred Heart will have a good run or Ellsworth with their run game, as they've been tearing it on offense against the Sacred Heart defense. Sacred Heart offense has been fairly quiet, but made a lot of noise and had the biggest play of the game with an 84-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines in the beginning of the game in the first quarter. Timeout has ended as the Knight defense is back on the field, as Ellsworth offense looking to respond after being down 8-7. 47-yard line here of their own on Ellsworth. Receivers on each side for Ellsworth. Fake handoff. And another drop pass. Carson Jacobs now is an intended receiver for Cooper McGowan. Cooper McGowan just couldn't hold on. That's the third incomplete pass for Ellsworth. That's probably why Ellsworth has just been resorting to the run game, because they just haven't been coming up with the passes. 3 drop passes for Ellsworth. As it is 4th and 18, not going to resort to a punt. As Sacred Heart, Noah Hines receives it, but nothing doing there.
Nice punt by number 8, Bo Kyler. Returned by Noah Hines.
As Sacred Heart receives and recovers the ball after stopping Ellsworth offense. Ellsworth offense suffered after a holding call, which brought them back 10 yards of their own 47-yard line. Ellsworth offense looking to try to get another 6 here on the board with 4 minutes and 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Knights up 8-7 against the Bearcats. Bearcats hosting this game here in Ellsworth, Kansas for the 2025 Kansas High School football season opener. Packed house here in Ellsworth. Good crowd for the Sacred Heart audience as well, supporting the Knights. And it's a handoff to the running back of Sacred Heart. Trying to see who that was, but nothing doing there. No gain.
Miles Wells, the ball carrier.
That was Miles Wells with the ball carrier. Miles Wells is getting a lot of snaps here at the running back position. Dom Matucci would usually be the starter, as he was the starter last year for Sacred Heart, but recovering from a foot injury this time. So Miles Wells, Elias Gordon, and Gabriel Aguayo would be filling in the shoes at running back. Quick pass here to Noah Hines. Noah Hines with 2 nice moves there. Shaking off 2 defensive backs of Ellsworth. Quick pass right there from Maddox Wells to his favorite target, Noah Hines.
Hines tackled by Tucker Goss and Rhett Bull.
Noah Hines last year finished this season with 702 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns for Sacred Heart. Maddox Wells finished the season with over 1,500 passing yards, 61 passing completion percentage with 17 touchdowns last year, led by Coach Krychek of Sacred Heart. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter. Handoff to, looked like that was Miles Wells again. Miles Wells is a freshman for the Knights, freshman running back. So we have 2 freshman running backs with Elias Gordon and Miles Wells, junior running back Gabriel Aguayo, with injured Dom Matucci, who was a junior for Sacred Heart, who started last year.
First and 10, Sacred Heart.
First and 10, Sacred Heart right there. Two minutes and 25 seconds left here before the half of this game. As I mentioned, looks like the field conditions were wet, but doesn't look like that. Looks like it's probably dried off now. The skies are clearing up as well after the rain from this morning. Fake, Max Wells, and is completed. Let's see if he signals, and it is a completed pass to Noah Hines. I was waiting for the referee to signal the catch, but I guess they're just going to keep moving the chains here. Nice completed pass right there from Noah Hines, over the shoulder catch. Maddox Wells' favorite target to Noah Hines. Noah Hines is well over 100 receiving yards already for Sacred Heart. Ball set up now on the own 46-yard line of Ellsworth. 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. 8-7, Sacred Heart up on the Bearcats. A pitch over to, looks like that was Gabriel Aguayo, but nothing doing there. Stopped right away by the Bearcat defense. As we're past the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Minute and 40 seconds left here in the second quarter here. Sacred Heart still up 8-7 against the Bearcats. Bearcats are led by head coach Josh Homolka. Knights are led by Ryan Krychek. Rolling back is Maddox Wells, and he's hit right away. Hit hard there on the play. Looks like that was Cooper McGowan on the defensive side for Ellsworth. It was intended for Maddox Ontiveros. Nothing doing there. Hit hard. Those hard hits that those QBs take can take a lot off of the passing power from the quarterback. Looks like a timeout here. This is by Sacred Heart. We'll keep it here. Strong numbers here for Noah Hines with the touchdown and well over 100 yards, receiving yards for Sacred Heart.
In Brazil, it is Los Angeles Chargers 10, Kansas City Chiefs 0.
The PA announcer for the game had just mentioned the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers' scoreline as the Chargers are up 10-0 against the Chiefs, as that game is being broadcasted live in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Not too sure where that game is brought, but you've brought to watch a local game here, right? As this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. We thank all the sponsors of this game for Sacred Heart versus the Ellsworth Bearcats on the Salina Post YouTube page. We'd like to thank Smart Insurance, Vernon Jewelers, Salina Regional Health Center Careers, Maori Women's Clinic, APAC Shears, Hires Scott Mortuary and Cremations, Salina Ortho, Kelly Kitchener Shelter Insurance, Bankton State Bank, Sage Products, Messenger Total Promotions, CopyGo, Kansas Bankers Technologies, Equity Bank, and Dan Goebel at Salina Homes. As the timeout has ended, Sacred Heart offense back on. Try to score here before the half ends. Wide open is trying to see who that was. Maddox Wells completed pass to Noah Hines. Noah Hines, that's his third completion of the game.
Pass from Maddox Wells complete to number 10, Colin Wilson.
Oh, that was Colin Wilson, actually. I thought that was Maddox. I thought that was Noah Hines. Fourth and 4 here as seconds are ticking down here in the second quarter with 35 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Whistles are blown here. Timeout, another timeout here. We'll keep it here. 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Sacred Heart up 8-7 against the Bearcat defense. Once again, you're watching this game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center, Sacred Heart versus Ellsworth. We'd like to thank Sage Products, our sponsor here. Sage Products of Salina is your supplier of janitorial products for your business or home. From paper towels to soap and items from ceiling to floor, you will see products from Sage. You can get the same home field advantage at your home or office by visiting SageSelects.com.
Just been drawn. If you have that winning ticket, check your tickets. It is ticket number 972.
We'll see the scoreboard show.
Ticket 972.
I should say the
149. The FBLA members will be
the area scoreboard brought to you by Bankton State Bank. Try to get you some scores that are going on in the Salina area.
Please find Mrs.
You have Bueller up against Mulvane 6-0. Actually, Bueller's now up 20-16 at halftime. As Ellsworth on defense. Sacred Heart offense back on. Maddox Wells in motion. 28 seconds left here. Other timeout. We'll see this called by Ellsworth, I believe. We'll keep it here, though. as I was mentioning, the area scoreboard brought to you by Bennington State Bank around Kansas. Halftime, Chapman and Smith Center, 0-0 ball game. Hanover is up against El Saline. 8-man football. Hanover is up 24-8. Andale is up. End of the first quarter, 40-0. End of the first quarter, Hayesville campus up on top of Junction City, 3-0. That's a surprise right there. Garden City trails Manhattan 14-0. We'll see the games here on Salina Post, which is the Mayor's Cup. We have, looks like it's halftime. Salina South and Salina Central. Salina Central up on top of Salina South 21-14. And then we have Southeast of Salina, Minneapolis. Southeast of Salina is destroying Minneapolis. Oh my goodness, 42-6, I'm sorry. Trojans, a strong football team up on top of the Lions, but we're back here. 28 seconds left here. Maddox Wells receives the ball, throws it to his favorite target, Noah Hines, but it's short. Nothing doing there. 23 seconds left. Game clock stops. Let's see what they can do here on defense as that was their last play of the drive on 4th down. Ellsworth offense maybe going to try to see if they can get a score here, try to make something happen either on the ground or the air with 23 seconds left here in the second quarter as Carson Jacobs back at QB. And that's the first completed pass for Carson Jacobs. But is ran out of bounds as Cooper McGowan of the Bearcats. That stops the clock at 17 seconds left for the second quarter. Decent field position for the Bearcats as that is a first down for Ellsworth. Still on their own 48-yard line. On their own side. Looking to try to move up the chains with 17 seconds left in the second quarter. Sacred Heart up 8-7. As Noah Hines back to throw again, but intended pass to McGowan again, who completed the pass last play, but nothing doing off of his hand, which stops the clock at 13 seconds in the second quarter for the Bearcats. Once again, this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. I am Nicholas Fierro, broadcasting to you this game live as Trey Tolley is providing you this game live on video in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. As Carson Jacobs rolls back again to pass, completed pass to McGowan once again. McGowan goes out of bounds. Stops the clock at 8 seconds in the second quarter. Third down here for Ellsworth. 3rd and 6. Just need 4 yards to gain, or I should say 6 yards to gain a first down. Ball on the own 44-yard line of Sacred Heart. I mean, 3rd and 6 here. I mean, I'm not too sure what Ellsworth is thinking here. It's looks like maybe it's a timeout called by Ellsworth. We'll keep it here. 6 seconds, or 8 seconds, I'm sorry, left in the second quarter. Sacred Heart is up 8-7 against the Bearcats. Area scoreboard by Bennington State Bank. As I'm watching the live feed for Southeast of Saline and Minneapolis, as you can watch that as well on Salina Post. Looks like Southeast of Saline just completed a 2-point conversion against the Minneapolis Lions. Second quarter is 44-6. The Trojans are up against the Lions. Devin Haney is broadcasting that game for the Trojans. As the game for Salina Central and Salina South, the Mayor's Cup, 21 is the Mustangs on top of the Cougars. Tyler Henry's broadcasting that game for Salina Post. And you can see all that on Salina Post, the YouTube page. live coverage there, both on air and video. As Carson Jacobs rolls back to Cooper McGowan. Cooper McGowan, nice gain there, but it stayed in bounds. And that's going to end the second quarter. Nice break right there for the Knight defense to stop them from possibly stopping the clock and maybe getting some points before the end of the second quarter. But there's no time on the clock, but they're still on the field. It looks like they're going to keep the ball. He didn't go out of bounds. Cooper McGowan didn't go out of bounds, but they're going to keep it here. I thought that I was about to send it off, but we're going to stay here, folks. There's no time on the clock. I don't understand what's going on here. Did the referees call it? What? Now it's 4 seconds on the clock. I'm not too sure. I guess the referees thought McGowan stepped out of bounds. 4 seconds left on the clock? My goodness, guys, I saw with my own eyes. I mean, we have it here live. Trey Tolley giving you this game live on the game. And, I mean, I didn't see McGowan step out of bounds at all. I mean, I don't know what's happening here. There's literally 0 seconds left on the clock. But I guess Ellsworth is going to come back on offense as Carson Jacobs looking, throws it in the end zone, but is batted down, almost intercepted. But no touchdown, incomplete pass. Now we're going into halftime. Don't know what that was all about, folks, but Sacred Heart is up on top of the Bearcats, 8-7 as we're headed into halftime here. This is, once again, Sacred Heart Knights versus the Ellsworth Bearcats live here in Ellsworth, Kansas. This game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. We're going to head off to halftime. We're going to give you a long break here, so stay tuned. We'll be back here in just a second. Once again, I am Nicholas Fierro giving you this game live. Trey Tolley here live giving you on video here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, brought to you by Commercial Tire Center.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
At Maui Women's Clinic, we're here for women and what matters most to them. From understanding your monthly cycles to growing a family or navigating menopause and everything in between. Our experienced team of OBGYNs include Doctors Prendergast, Morgan, Ablard, Rosh, and Jones. Maui Women's Clinic is located in Salina, and we invite you to come experience a team that values expertise, care, and compassion, because you matter more at Maui.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel, and when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling, and now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
When Vernon Jewelers has 40% off store-wide, there must be a special occasion. Through September, Vernon Jewelers is celebrating 133 years in business with 40% off store-wide. Savings include high-quality, unique pieces that will not only be cherished, but create a lifetime of memories. Save 40% during the 133rd anniversary sale at Vernon Jewelers, 123 North Santa Fe in downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884. 40% off September only excludes loose diamonds, repairs, and special orders.
I'm Ryan Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
And welcome back. Once again, I am Nicholas Fierro with Trey Tolley running the camera to give you this live stream here with Sacred Heart Knights against the Ellsworth Bearcats. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Broadcasting up here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Score is 8-7. Sacred Heart Knights up on top of the Ellsworth Bearcats at halftime. The Vernon Jewelers gem of the game for me right now is the 84-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines earlier in this game in the first quarter. After the Sacred Heart Knights' offense, they're just getting stopped, both on the ground and on the air. But like I said, just that one play could just get you up on top and back in the game, and that's exactly what happened for the Knight offense with that 84-yard touchdown pass from Wells to Hines. A couple of notes that I've noticed here so far is that the Bearcats, their ground game has just been on fire for this game. Passing game, not so much. Carson Jacobs had completed about 3 passes here in this game before 3 incomplete passes by the Ellsworth offense back to back, but Cooper McGowan with his efforts has gained about 30 yards in the receiving end for the Bearcats. I'd like to thank a couple of sponsors here in this game. That'll be Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Lily Pad Septic, Smart Insurance, and Messenger Total Promotions. Messenger Total Promotions is the official apparel provider for the Salina Post sports team. Is Messenger Sports Total Promotions. See them in downtown Salina for local high school swag like hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. They can custom make anything and also have school items for your car. Messenger Total Promotions in Salina, Minneapolis, and Junction City. Another sponsor we'd like to thank is the brand new mortuary and funeral home business is Hire Scott Mortuary and Cremations. Obituaries and funeral announcements are available free of charge on SalinaPost.com. This community service is provided by Hire Scott Mortuary and Cremations, formerly Roselawn. Hire Scott Mortuary and Cremations, celebrating life, embracing legacy. Interesting because Hire Scott Mortuary and Cremations, they bought out Roselawn Memorial after Roselawn Memorial had about 90-plus years of service in Salina. It would have been their 100th year anniversary in 2027. But Kara Hire Scott, who's the owner for Hire Scott Mortuary and Cremations, had bought it out August 15th of this year. You can visit them in Salina. Maddox Wells leading the offense here in passing yards, with Noah Hines leading the offensive receiving yards with well over 100 receiving yards and a touchdown pass, led by head coach Ryan Krychek. Ellsworth, led by head coach Josh Homolka. Sacred Heart Knights, they finished last season with a 3-5 record. Looking to have a better season this year. As for the since 2013, Sacred Heart has not had a winning season. As that season they finished with an 8-2 record. Sacred Heart also has had 4 coaches in 4 seasons, with Krychek in his 2nd season for the Knights. Krychek, after an interview this past week, has said that the Knights they've been having more of a positive attitude, positive environment going on during practices, in the weight room, in the classroom, and even faculty and staff at Sacred Heart have been having some positive, hopeful environment for the Knights this season. Well, I mean, they're up 8-7, so we'll see if they can get a W here in the 2025 Kansas State high school football season opener. Krychek also mentioned that the freshman class is very talented for the Knights roster, their depth chart. And speaking about their depth chart, we have the stud running back Dom Matucci, who is injured right now. He's suffering a foot injury. He's possibly hopeful to return at a later date, as freshman Elias Gordon and freshman Miles Wells, along with junior Gabriel Aguayo, will be the running backs for the Knight offense. Noah Hines, along with Rowan Ontiveros and Maddox Ontiveros, making some noise on the receiver position with a couple of receiving yards for the Ontiveroses. However, Noah Hines is leading that offense with well over 100 receiving yards. Also, Krychek had mentioned that they have a young offensive line with probably about 4 to 3 freshman starters to protect the starting quarterback for the Knights, Maddox Wells. I mean, Maddox Wells has been rolling left and right with the pocket collapsing so far in this game. If you have just now tuning in, as the offensive line has struggled to hold the defensive line of the Bearcats so far in this game. We'll see after a long halftime talk from Krychek to his Knights. Maybe they can get some offensive line adjustments here in the start of this second half of the game, as we're going to start this game here in about 35 seconds. Let's check the area scoreboard of Kansas, brought to you by Bennington State Bank. Let's see here. We have Manhattan is up against Garden City 28-0. Liberal up 57-6 against Wichita North. Andel is destroying El Dorado 80-0. My goodness. Frankfort is up 20-0 against Clifton Clyde. Sylvan Lucas 48 on top of Thunder Ridge 48-12. Junction City up on top of Hayesville campus at the half 7-0. We'll check the other games that Salina Post is live streaming right now. Mayor's Cup, we have the Cougars of Salina South versus the Salina Central Mustangs. That score, let me give you that score just here in a second. That score is 21-14. Looks like they're still here in halftime. Tyler Henry is broadcasting that game live in Salina, the Mayor's Cup for the season opener. And Southeast of Saline, another game that's being live and broadcasted on Salina Post. Southeast of Saline on top of Minneapolis, 52-6 at halftime. Devin Haney is broadcasting that game live in Minneapolis, Kansas. Once again, I am your live broadcaster along with Trey Tolley, giving you the live coverage here on the camera up here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. And this game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors here. Another sponsor I'd like to thank is Copyco. Copyco is an online team shops store here in Salina. They're open and closed, but Copy Co, you can set in the game with Sacred Heart gear all year long, from t-shirts and hoodies to hats and so much more, from football and basketball to cheer and debate. Copy Co can custom make anything so you can support your favorite student athlete no matter what team they play for. Copy Co, serving Salina since 1991. The smart play of the game so far brought to you by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. You've probably heard me say it before, and I'm going to say it again, is that 84-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines earlier in the game in the first quarter. Sacred Heart offense looking to try to make some adjustments here, especially on the offensive line here. That way Maddox Wells doesn't roll out of the pocket too soon, can stay composed in the pocket. Try to make some great passes to his favorite targets of Noah Hines, Miles Wells, Rowan Ontiveros, and Maddox Ontiveros. On the Ellsworth offense, we have Carson Jacobs, who has just been running all over the Sacred Heart defense, along with Cooper McGowan and Tucker Goss. Tucker Goss with 50-plus rushing yards, along with Cooper McGowan, who has 20-plus rushing yards on the game. We're about to start here on the third quarter with Sacred Heart kicking it off to the Ellsworth Bearcats. Ellsworth looking to receive here. Sacred Heart up 8-7 on this beautiful night. A little breezy, but not too bad here in Ellsworth, Kansas. A little wet conditions, but not too bad, as we had some wet conditions affecting the game early in the game, but I think it's dried off now with a couple of drop passes from the Ellsworth offense as that kickoff was kicked out of bounds on the 20-yard line. Looks like Ellsworth offense will be set on their own 30-yard line to start the third quarter. Let's see if Carson Jacobs, leading the offense here by head coach Josh Homolka of Ellsworth, can try to keep that running game strong as they have been, or implement a little of the air in the start of this second half. Sacred Heart defense looking to try to make some adjustments here to stop that run game, as they've been looking strong in the air as well. Carson Jacobs hand it off to Tucker Goss, and Tucker Goss, another strong run. I mean, honestly, Tucker Goss and Cooper McGowan, the two biggest guys on the field, so it's going to be tough to stop those two running backs of Ellsworth. I mean, you have Tucker Goss, let's see here, Tucker Goss, 200 pounds, well over 6 foot, with Cooper McGowan, 205 pounds, well over 6 foot as well. I mean, two units running in the backfield for Ellsworth. It's going to be tough to stop those two guys. Another handoff to Tucker Goss. Tucker Goss kind of gains a little bit. Looked like he was going to get stopped there, but gained some yardage. Looked like it was enough to get the first down. And it is enough for the first down here for the Bearcats. Bearcats still looking strong here to start the game on the ground. Tucker Goss with two back-to-back strong runs for the Bearcats. Noah Hines looking, Cooper Jacobs rolling to the right. And he pitches it off to Oni. That right there is number 24, Jackson Minier, for Ellsworth. A read option by Cooper Jacobs. Or Carson Jacobs, I'm sorry. My apologies. Carson Jacobs for Ellsworth. Got to get these names right here. First week can be a little rough when it comes to names, but we can clean it up here. Carson Jacobs with a pitch over. I mean, Jackson Minier, Cooper McGowan, and Tucker Goss have been running well with combined yards of over 100 yards. And here comes Tucker Goss once again, running up the middle. Cruz Carrico on the tackle there for Sacred Heart. But that's another first down and another first down run for the Ellsworth offense. You got Tucker Goss, Jackson Minier, Carson Jacobs, and Cooper McGowan well over combined 100 receiving yards for the Ellsworth offense. 10 minutes left here in the third quarter. We have the Ellsworth defense trying to defend on their own 33-yard line. Another handoff. Oh, it was a fake. Carson Jacobs keeps it and is brought down. Nice run right there for Carson Jacobs. I mean, folks, as I mentioned in the first half, the Ellsworth Bearcats had a strong run game in the first half, and they're keeping it rolling. They're not stopping at all in the second half. I mean, no passes here at all in the second half, start of second half. It's just all run. And they're destroying the Sacred Heart defense on the run game. Ball on the own 6-yard line of Sacred Heart. Another handoff to Tucker Goss, running up the middle. Tucker Goss, and it's stopped. Tucker Goss was fighting for those yards to try to get a touchdown and give the Ellsworth Bearcats the lead with the score 8-7, Sacred Heart on top of the Bearcats. That was only a gain of 1. Maddox Ontiveros there of the stop right there for Sacred Heart. Ellsworth, packed house here in Ellsworth, Kansas on both sides. Nice support for Sacred Heart and especially for the home team of Ellsworth. Another quarterback keeper in. Carson Jacobs runs it in for a 5-yard touchdown run for the Bearcats as Bearcats puts up 6 on the board, and that'll bring them up 13-8 against the Sacred Heart Knights. Looking to go up 14-8 here with the PAT. Up by 5 at the moment, looking to try to bring that score back up to 6 as the PAT is up, and it looks strong and good. 14-8, the Bearcats are up on top, regain the lead back on top of the Sacred Heart Knights. We'll be back here in just a moment. Once again, this is Sacred Heart versus Ellsworth Bearcats. You're listening on Salina Post, brought to you by Commercial Tire Center.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush, the freakishly fast frog.
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Back to you once again, here live in Ellsworth, Kansas. I am Nicholas Fierro, along with Trey Tolley, giving you live coverage on the camera here. Once again, this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. It is Sacred Heart versus the Ellsworth Bearcats for the 2025 Kansas High School Football season opener. As the Ellsworth Bearcats, if you're just tuning in, Carson Jacobs of Ellsworth had a 5-yard run, easy run for the Bearcats to bring them up 14-8 early in the third quarter with 9 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter. The run game for Ellsworth had just been pounding all over the Sacred Heart Knight defense. Let's see if they can respond here. The Knights as their first drive for the second half, as it is a handoff to, I believe, that is, let's see, number 13, that is Miles Wells of the Knights just stopped right away by the Bearcat defense. I mean, the Knight offense on their run game hasn't been as strong as the Bearcat offense, and I mean the Bearcat defense has just been stopping the Knight run game in this game so far. I mean, the Sacred Heart Knight offense has been looking fairly decent this game. I mean, besides that 84-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines, other than that, they've just been stopped for a lot of plays here in this game. Let's see if they can continue as Maddox Wells rolls back. And it is intercepted one-handed by Cooper McGowan of Ellsworth. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Cooper McGowan, who is also the running back for the Ellsworth Bearcat offense, just had a one-handed lean back interception for the Bearcat defense. That was really impressive right there. I mean, Maddox Wells, like I said, the pocket's just been collapsing and just trying to make anything happen, but just wasn't a great pass. I mean, it overthrew the receiver of the Knights, receiver, and I mean, you just fell right into the one hand of Kerr McGowan of Ellsworth as the Ellsworth offense is right back on the field, as it is another handoff to Kerr McGowan. Kerr McGowan heading up to the left, and he keeps on his feet, and he's going. He's staying on his feet. And he dives into the pylon. It's a touchdown right away for Ellsworth for Cooper McGowan. Literally the play before just had a one-handed interception. Now he gets a 34-yard rushing touchdown for the Bearcat offense as it brings them up 20-8 right here live in Ellsworth. I mean, the Ellsworth fan base is just loud here after some two great amazing plays by Cooper McGowan. 34-yard rushing touchdown for the Bearcat offense as the PAT is up and it is good. 21-8. Two-possession game now for the Bearcat offense. Wow. What a play right there for Cooper McGowan. Two back-to-back plays, defense and offense. We'll take a break here. This is Sacred Heart versus Ellsworth, live in Ellsworth, Kansas. This game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
And welcome back here live in Ellsworth, Kansas. I am Nicholas Fierro along with Trey Tully giving you live coverage here on the camera on Salina Post YouTube. We're up here in the Equity Bank broadcast booth, and this game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center, Sacred Heart Knights versus the Ellsworth Bearcats. If you're just now tuning in, Cooper McGowan of Ellsworth just had a one-handed interception before having a 34-yard rushing touchdown for Ellsworth to bring the Bearcats back up with the lead 21-8 in this game of the third quarter. Right away, Ellsworth responds strong here early in the third quarter with two touchdowns in this second half, as Sacred Heart looking to respond here in the second half with Maddox Wells rolling back, as it was a pass to Noah Hines, but it was dropped out of his hands. It looked like it was too low for him to corral right there for the Knights. 7 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. Going to check some scores here in the area scoreboard brought to you by Bankton State Bank, as Smith Center and Chapman are tied at the end of the third quarter, 6-6. El Salina in the end of the third quarter is losing to Hanover 24-8. Bueller on top of Mulvane, 27-18 in the third quarter. Clay Center on top of Abilene in the end of the third quarter, 7-0. That was brought to you by Bankton State Bank, the area scoreboard. Sacred Heart Knights looking to respond after a drop pass by Noah Hines. Maddox Wells was hit after the pass completed to
Pass complete from Maddox Wells to
Gabriel Aguayo. Gabriel Aguayo is also, not only is he a receiver, but he's also running back for the Knights. As that was a maybe 2-yard gain for the Knights.
Aguayo's coming out. Reed.
Sacred Heart, that was a 4-yard gain for Aguayo. 3rd and 6 here for the Knights. The Knights looking to bring this game into a 1-possession game after giving up an interception and a 34-yard rushing time. Maddox Wells throws it deep. Oh, did he? Oh, I thought Noah Hines had caught that for a second, but he's looked like he's shaken up here. Looked like a flag is on the play. I mean, Noah Hines was in double coverage as once again the pocket collapsed with Maddox Wells rolling left. I'm not too sure what happened to Noah Hines. If this game was in Salina, that would have been great, as the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine would have been on top of it all over, as this game is brought to you by them. Salina Regional Health Center would have been on top of that as well. Salina Regional Health Center is hiring. See all their positions and start your career today with Salina Regional by visiting srhc.com. Noah Hines gets up on his own feet, and he looks just fine. Thank God he is all right there. We never like to see anybody get injured, as all the players are giving their hearts out 100% every possession, as we appreciate. I mean, these high school athletes and athletes all across the world put their bodies on the line to perform and to put whatever they can for their team each and every day, not only on the practice field but also on the game field. As Noah Hines was sent to the sideline, he's on the ground. Maybe he got cramped up or something, I'm not too sure. Getting stretched out by the medical team, medical trainers of Sacred Heart. It'll be a tough loss for Sacred Heart if he's out, as he is the #1 receiver for Sacred Heart. As Maddox Wells rolls back, looking to pass, pocket collapses once again, looking to try to make something happen. Nothing doing there for Maddox Wells, gets taken down. Offensive line is just trying to stop this strong defensive line of Ellsworth. I mean, you got Tucker Goss and Cooper McGowan, both running backs, also the biggest players on the field right now, who is looking strong on the run game, also looking strong on the defensive side, especially with Cooper McGowan having a one-handed interception falling back, as that might be my Vernon Jewelers gem of the game so far. Now, it was the 84-yard pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines, but that might just be going to Cooper McGowan, who had the one-handed interception, and then literally the play right after that was a 34-yard rushing touchdown from McGowan. As the chains will move backwards for Sacred Heart, as it is a delay of game for Sacred Heart. Cooper McGowan having 50-plus yards rushing with a touchdown on his efforts for the Bearcats. Running clock right now for the game with 6 minutes and 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Sacred Heart on their own 44-yard line. 6 and 17. Bunch of flags on the field. Not too sure what happened. Maybe, yeah, false start. False start for the Sacred Heart Knights as they're going to move back maybe 5 yards. Coach Krychek before the game had mentioned that they have a young offensive line, so, I mean, you're not going to expect too much out of them, this young offensive line with three to four freshmen starting for Ellsworth, for Sacred Heart. As they'll make some adjustments as the season moves forward, so you can't harp on them too much for the penalties here, as you just hope that they learn from it. As the pocket collapses once again, Maddox Wells rolling to the right and just throws out of bounds before he gets hit by Bearcat defense. It is third and forever for the Knight offense. Knight offense hasn't really done anything in this third quarter. After 7 minutes of play so far in this third quarter, with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in this quarter. Third and long here for Sacred Heart. Coach Homolka should be very pleased with his offense and defense, especially for his two monster units of running backs, with that being Cooper McGowan and Tucker Goss. Also, with Carson Jacobs and Jackson Minier, who've been on the run game for the Bearcats, looking strong with combined 150-plus yards on the ground. Maddox Wells rolls back, and he runs, rolls left, looking, just throws it away and gets hit by Tucker Goss before he gives it away, or after he gives it away. And that's going to be a fourth and long for Sacred Heart. Didn't look too great on that drive. Sacred Heart offense been struggling here in this third quarter. As I've said, and they really haven't been looking too strong this whole game, aside from that 84-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines in the first quarter. But other than that, just haven't been looking too great, as the Ellsworth defense have just been all over the Knight offense this game. Noah Hines is back on the field after being shaken up from a attempted pass from Wells about 2 minutes ago. As the Knights will punt it here to Jackson Minier. Looks like that's Jackson Minier who recovers it. Oh, and he gets hit hard by a Sacred Heart defensive man. That was number 52 of Sacred Heart, and that was, give you that name in just a second, that was Cason Ivey, senior, 6'1", 190, linebacker for the Knights. Once again, this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. I am Nicholas Farrell, your broadcaster, up in the Equity Bank broadcast booth with Trey Tully, giving you this game live on the camera on the Salina Post YouTube page. You can also check out Southeast of Saline versus Minneapolis and the Mayor's Cup, Salina South versus Salina Central, or in Salina Central on Salina Post. As Carson Jacobs is another quarterback keeper. He gets hit by his own man, and he keeps running. My goodness, I'm telling you guys, this whole game, the Bearcat offense have just been rolling all over the Sacred Heart defense on the run game. It just doesn't look like the Sacred Heart defense have made an adjustment against this Bearcat offense run game, because that's all that the Bearcats have been doing this whole game. Basically have just been running. I mean, other than 2 to 3 completed passes from Carson Jacobs for a short gain, but other than that, it's just been the run game. As another handoff to Tucker Goss, as Tucker Goss is going stiff arm, but brought down by Sacred Heart. Defensive back, that was Colton Sprague, freshman for Sacred Heart. Colton Sprague is a quarterback as well, defensive back for Sacred Heart, but my goodness, that's another first down for Tucker Goss. Combined yards of 150-plus yards for the run game of Carson Jacobs, Jackson Minier, Tucker Goss, and Cooper McGowan for the Bearcat offense. What do you think's going to happen here, folks? Is a run or a pass? Probably a run here. Oh, it's a pass, but it's another drop pass. That's the fourth incomplete ejecto mitt type dropped pass from the Bearcat offense. That was intended for Liam Stone for the Bearcats. If you're just now tuning in, folks, the reason I keep saying ejecto mitt is because if you just saw that, it just goes right off the hands. I mean, it's a slant. It's a quick slant for the Bearcat offense, but it's just been ejecto mitt drop passes from the Bearcats. But, I mean, after that pass attempt, it's probably going to be a run here. Let's see. What do you think? Another run up the middle. Tucker Goss up the right, and he runs over Colton Sprague for the touchdown. My goodness. Tucker Goss running all over this Sacred Heart defense as the score is now 27-8. Wow. Man, I'm telling you guys, I mean, Tucker Goss, that's his second touchdown of the game. Second rushing touchdown of the game for the Bearcats as they line up for the PAT. And it is up and it is good. 28-8 is the Ellsworth Bearcats on top of the Sacred Heart Knights, as this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Be back here in a few. Once again, I am Nicholas Fierro with Trey Tolley, giving you this game live on Salina Post, brought to you by Commercial Tire Center.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Early mornings, long days. That's the life of a farmer. And during harvest season, there's no better time to reward yourself with a truck that works just as hard as you do. Get behind the wheel of a 2025 Ford F-150. Lease with zero down starting at $499 a month. Need more muscle for the heavy haul? Check out the 2025 Ford F-250. Up to $6,500 off and 2.9% APR for 48 months. You've earned it. Let Long MacArthur make upgrading effortless. Visit longmacarthur.com today.
Back here once again live in Ellsworth. I am Nicholas Fierro along with Trey Tolley, giving you the game live on the camera here in Ellsworth, Kansas. Sacred Heart Knights versus the Ellsworth Bearcats. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Score is 28-8, 20-point lead for the Bearcats on top of the Knights. Here in the third quarter with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the third. 3 touchdowns come from the Ellsworth, all rushing touchdowns. 1 from Cooper McGowan and 2 from Tucker Goss, along with the rushing efforts of Carson Jacobs and Jackson Minier. I mean, that's all the Bearcats have been doing all game, has just been on the ground pounding the Sacred Heart defense. Sacred Heart moving back after that kickoff attempt, with the Knights on the receiving end here. Let's see if Maddox Wells at QB can lead along with Coach Krychek to the end zone in this possession. They need it. They really do need it. As an intercepted, and it's a pick 6. Maddox Wells picked off by the Ellsworth Bearcats defensive back. That was, I believe, of Ellsworth, Jace Thomason, defensive back for Ellsworth, as that brings us score now 34-8 for the Bearcats. Man, I mean, like I said, this Ellsworth defense is just not only are they stopping them on the run, but also in the air, as that is now 2 interceptions for Maddox Wells. Ellsworth looking strong here as they're lining up for the PAT. It is up, and it is good. 35-8. We'll keep it here as that was a short drive. 35-8. Ellsworth is up 27 points on top of Sacred Heart. As Maddox Wells has 1 touchdown along with 2 interceptions in this game so far. Obviously, that 1 touchdown pass that he had was to Noah Hines, I should say. 84-yard touchdown pass earlier this game. That was the only touchdown they had of this game. But my goodness, I mean, Carson Jacobs is going to get some rest once more after that pick 6 from Thomason. Jace Thomason of Ellsworth, as Sacred Heart will be receiving once again, guys. We're back here again. Kickoff attempt. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the game. I should say in the third quarter, as it is a kickoff recovered by number 10 of Sacred Heart. That is Colin Wilson, freshman of Sacred Heart. As we'll see, I mean, Coach Homolka of Ellsworth should be very pleased with how his defense has been looking in this game so far, stopping Sacred Heart in the air and also on the run game. Let's see if Sacred Heart can try to get something going on their run game. They're obviously without their stud running back in Dom Matucci. Dom Matucci had started majority of the games last year for Sacred Heart. But Gabriel Aguayo, Miles Wells, along with Elias Gordon, will be at the running back efforts, as it is a quarterback keeper for Maddox Wells, but he's dropped right away from Ellsworth. Ellsworth defense. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Kelly Kitchener, Bankton State Bank, Sage Products, and also Messenger Total Promotions. The official apparel provider for the Salina Post sports team is Messenger Total Promotions. See them in downtown Salina for local high school swag like hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. They can custom make anything and also have high school items for your car. Messenger Total Promotions in Salina, Minneapolis, and Junction City. This game's sponsor is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Sacred Heart Knights versus the Ellsworth Bearcats. 2nd and 12 here for Sacred Heart Knights. So it is a pass, Maddox Wells 2. Not too sure who that is. Looks like that was Miles Wells, who's also helping the running efforts for the Knights, as that was a gain of really 2. As it is 3rd and 10 here for the Knights, with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left on the game clock in the third quarter, as the Bearcats are up with a strong lead, 27 points up, 35-8. Double-digit lead here for the Bearcats. Maddox Wells hands it off, and nothing doing there. Just stopped right away. Looked like that was Reed Douglas. Or no, that wasn't Reed Douglas. That was, not too sure who that. Yeah, Reed Douglas. That was Reed Douglas. I apologize. Reed Douglas with the ball carrier there. So it looks like they're mixing up the running backs here, whether that be Reed Douglas, Miles Wells, Gabriel Aguayo, or Elias Gordon, to help Dom Matucci as he tries to continue to recover of his injury, of his foot injury, as he suffered earlier this season. 4th and 10 here for the Knights, as they're going to be forced to punt. As that is Maddox Wells with the punt. As Jackson Minier receives it. Nice run or return there for the Bearcat offense. Special teams. As I'm telling you guys, I mean, the Ellsworth run game is going to be a force to be reckoned with this season if they continue their efforts that they've been doing against the Knights after this game, because, I mean, my goodness, you got Jackson Minier, Carson Jacobs at running back, and then you got the 2 units of Tucker Goss and Cooper McGowan. 2 units, I say, because they're well over 6 foot, 200+ pounds of pure strength. As Carson Jacobs makes this pass completed this time of a slant to Braylon Gardner, who's a senior of Ellsworth. I mean, really, so far, the Ellsworth passing game has just been slants, aside from the 4 eject-omit incomplete passes in this game. But other than the pass completions, it's just been slants for the Ellsworth offense. As 55 seconds left here in the third quarter, Ellsworth looking to end this quarter off with another touchdown. As another quarterback keeper, as Carson Jacobs runs to the right, and he gets past his defender with another touchdown. Rushing touchdown for Carson Jacobs, as Carson Jacobs gets one of his own. As that is the 4th rushing touchdown for the Ellsworth Bearcats in this game. As the score is now 41-8 for the Bearcats. They're pounding it now in the third quarter, as they're looking to get another point here in the PAT, as it is up, and it is good. 42-8 is the Ellsworth Bearcats up on top of the Sacred Knights, as this game is now one-sided here in the third quarter. We'll give you a break here. Back to you here in a second. Sacred Heart losing against the Ellsworth Bearcats here live in Ellsworth. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Back here in a few.
At Aeroplanes, it's much more than a house. It's where bedtime stories are told, birthday candles are blown out, and neighbors, you become lifelong friends. At Aeroplanes in Salina, every street, every home is designed for families to grow and memories to take root. Find your place now for your family's next chapter at Aeroplanes, building more than homes, building communities now. Visit now at aeroplaneskansas.com. That's AEROPLAINSKS.com. Aeroplanes. Let's move.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Welcome back. I am Nicholas Fiero along with Trey Tully, giving you this game live on video here on Salina Post. Up in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. And very scary there for Sacred Heart offense on the receiving end. Almost muffed that kickoff attempt. But the Bearcats are up strong on top of the Sacred Heart Knights, 42-8. Late here in the third quarter with 41 seconds left. 4 rushing touchdowns so far in this game for the Ellsworth Bearcats. 1 from the quarterback, Carson Jacobs. 2 from Tucker Goss, and 1 from Cooper McGowan of Ellsworth. As the run game for Ellsworth has just been looking very strong with 200+ rushing yards now in this game, as that pass was batted down by the Ellsworth defensive backs. Maddox Wells intended pass to his favorite target of Noah Hines. Noah Hines was shaken up after a pass attempt earlier in this quarter, but is now back on the field. Good to see him back on the field. Thank God nothing had happened to him seriously. As I mentioned, these players on both sides, whether it's Ellsworth, Sacred Heart, or all of the other high school football athletes, or even athletes in general, whether it be basketball, baseball, softball, they put their lives on the line, their bodies on the line every day to put out their best for their teams. So we really do appreciate their efforts. And without them, we would not be here broadcasting this game. As it is I'm not too sure what the call is here. The flag on the field from the refs. See what the call is here. As it looks like it's on Sacred Heart. Looked like maybe it was maybe a extra man on the field, because there was looked like it was number 10, Colin Wilson, freshman for Sacred Heart, was running out of the field. Maybe it was too many men on the field. I'm not too sure what that call was, but it moves them back 5, 2nd and 15 here for the Knights. 36 seconds left here in the third quarter for Sacred Heart. As Maddox Wells rolls back, pocket collapses just once again and has nothing to do. That's what's been happening, folks, in this game, is the Sacred Heart offensive line has just been collapsing with Maddox Wells having to roll out of the pocket very quickly for Sacred Heart. Either that or the play is designed to be a wide receiver screen, or they're just not executing it. 30 seconds left here in the third. Bearcats up 42-8. Live here in Ellsworth. Packed crowd here. Weather is quieted down. Wind is kicking up slightly, but not too crazy in this game in Ellsworth, Kansas. Sacred Heart. Maddox Wells hands it off. Nice run right there. A little gain right there for, that is Miles Wells, the ball carrier. Miles Wells, freshman, 5'6", for the Knights. Probably their best run of this quarter. As the clock is winding down, looks like they're gonna lead it here to the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break here in Ellsworth, Kansas. It is Sacred Heart versus the Ellsworth Bearcats. Ellsworth on top of Sacred Heart, 42-8. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
At Aeroplanes, it's much more than a house. It's where bedtime stories are told, birthday candles are blown out, and neighbors, you become lifelong friends. At Aeroplanes in Salina, every street, every home is designed for families to grow and memories to take root. Find your place now for your family's next chapter at Aeroplanes, building more than homes, building communities now. Visit now at aeroplaneskansas.com. That's AEROPLAINSKS.com. Aeroplanes. Let's move.
And welcome back here live in Ellsworth, Kansas. I am Nicholas Farrell along with Trey Tully, giving you this game live on the camera here on the Salina Post YouTube page. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center, it is Sacred Heart versus Ellsworth. Ellsworth is the start of the fourth quarter as Maddox Wells throws it deep to Noah Hines. Did he catch that? He caught it. Oh, and it looks like they're going to make it a catch. I thought he was out of bounds. Wow. I mean, that's what's been happening in this game. But what a way to start the fourth quarter. The deep pass from Wells to his favorite target of Noah Hines. I mean, that's what's been happening. I mean, the first quarter was an 84-yard touchdown pass from Wells to Hines, and then this one is another deep pass completed by Hines. But in the third quarter, if you're just not tuning in, Ellsworth, the score was 14-8 at half, and then Ellsworth scores 28 points in the third to make it 42-8 right now with 4 touchdowns. Four rushing touchdowns so far from Ellsworth, with 2 from Tucker Goss, 1 from Cooper McGowan, and 1 from Carson Jacobs. I mean, other than the deep passes that Maddox Wells has been completing to Noah Hines, I mean, the Sacred Heart offense has just been doing pretty much nothing here against this Ellsworth defense. I'm pretty sure after that 84-yard touchdown pass, the Coach Homolka, I should say, for Ellsworth, had told his defense, hey, we're not going to allow this again, because what happened was, I mean, the defensive back for Ellsworth just wasn't looking at Hines, and Hines just got open and got that 84-yard touchdown pass. Timeout here. We're going to keep it here, but as I was mentioning, that touchdown pass from Hines, I mean, the defensive back just wasn't aware of Hines. He was just looking at the quarterback, not keeping his eyes on Hines, and that's how Hines got open for that 84-yard touchdown pass. And I mean, if that had not happened, if the defensive back was just looking, keeping his eyes on Hines, this score would probably be 42-0 right now. But Sacred Heart Knights put 8 points up after that 2-point conversion after that touchdown in the first quarter. But yeah, in the second quarter, it was pretty quiet. I mean, Ellsworth had gotten the lead after they scored their first touchdown of the game to make it 14-8. But then that brought it to the third quarter, which gave them 28 points in the third. What started off was that one-handed interception by Cooper McGowan, and then literally the next play after that was a 34-yard touchdown run from Cooper McGowan, or I should say 37-yard touchdown run for Cooper McGowan. Strong runs right there for Ellsworth, but let's see if the Sacred Heart Knight offense can respond, and Maddox Wells is sacked. Completely brought down. That is number 2 for Ellsworth. That is Landon Vague, freshman of Ellsworth, 165 pounds, tight end and linebacker for Ellsworth. I mean, despite the lopsided score here, Sacred Heart Knight audience, the fan base, is still here to support their Knights. Coach Krychek, as I mentioned, says that he has high hopes for this season. As I know, this is the season opener. Let's see if they can respond and try to finish strong here in this game. This looks like probably a delay of game or either a false start for Sacred Heart. Flags all over the field. Let's see what they call here. Sacred Heart. Oh, it's actually against the Bearcats. I'm sorry. So that'll move the chains up for the Knights. So goes in their favor. Sacred Heart looking to capitalize after that call against Ellsworth, and Maddox Wells evading the defense of the Bearcats.
Maddox Wells on the keeper.
Ellsworth next week, next Friday, will head over to Plainville after this game. That game will be live streamed as well, just as you see this game right now on the Salina Post YouTube page. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Sacred Heart versus Ellsworth. Once again, I am Nicholas Farrell along with Trey Tolia up in the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Maddox Wells passes it over to the intended receiver of Noah Hines.
Pass complete from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines.
Looks like that was a tiptoe catch to try to stay in bounds before he headed out of bounds to stop the clock with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left here on the fourth quarter.
Just short of the first down marker. That's a turnover on downs.
So it was a turnover on downs.
First and 10.
So it is a 1st and 10 for the Bearcats as the Bearcat fan base is still roaring loud despite a 42-8 lead. I mean, it's week 1. What do you expect? I mean, if you see a strong showing for the Bearcats, I'm pretty sure the Ellsworth fans are going to be very excited to see what they can continue to do after this game. As, I mean, their run game, I mean, if you take away the drop passes of Ellsworth and you clean those up on top of their run game, Ellsworth is going to look like a very dangerous team this season, as it looks like Carson Jacobs is not on the field. Looks like that was Gage loss. Maybe Carson Jacobs. I think it looks like Carson Jacobs. Yeah, Carson Jacobs is not going to come back in the game. Looks like maybe he's probably just going to have him rest and give the freshman for Ellsworth some time on. Gage loss for Ellsworth. Maybe going to be a running clock here with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Ellsworth on top of Sacred Heart, 42-8. Gage loss. Hang it off once again to the running game of Ellsworth. Actually, Gage loss kept the ball there. Cruz Carrico on the tackle there.
The run by loss is good for another Bearcat. First down. Reads out. There we go.
I'd like to thank a sponsor here. I'd like to thank Salina Regional Health Center. Salina Regional Health Center is hiring. See all their positions and start your new career today with Salina Regional by visiting srhc.com. Another handoff. That time, that was to Rhett Bowl of Rhett Bowl, I should say. I'm sorry, Rhett Bowl, sophomore for Ellsworth. 165-pound running back for Ellsworth. I mean, even with the second strings for Ellsworth, their run game still looks very strong against the Sacred Heart Knight defense. And that's been the tale of the game, folks, is just this run game. The run game for the Bearcats. The Bearcats can just keep on pounding it on the ground against Sacred Heart. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, another run. There you go. Quarterback keeper to Gage loss for a first down. Keep the chains moving. I mean, for the Sacred Heart defense, I mean, I would just run blitz. I mean, that's all they're going to be doing is just running here unless they can prove unless the Ellsworth offense can prove that they can complete a pass past 20 yards, just bring that blitz and just stop them. I mean, because that's all they're going to be doing, just run, either running up the middle, because, I mean, you got running back like Tucker Goss have just been running it up the middle along with Cooper McGowan all over them. As Gage Loss is still back up there. Another quarterback keeper running it up the middle. Another strong run here. It looks like another first down or maybe short. I mean, that's all they've been doing, guys. I mean, just running up the middle, either a pitch. Looks like it was just short of a first down, 2nd and 2 here for the Bearcats. Running clock. Probably going to be another run here, guys. I mean, that's what's been happening. Another run. And he's taken off. That's number 7, and it's a touchdown by Rhett Bowl, as it's another 6 rushing touchdown for the Bearcats, as that brings that score 48-8, folks. Going to try to make it a PAT here to make it a 40-point game. So that was a 36-yard run for Rhett Bowl. 5 total touchdowns when it comes to the run game. The PAT is up, and it's good. 48-8, 40-point lead, or 49-8. That's a 41-point lead for the Bearcats on top of the Sacred Heart Knights. Quick break here, live here in Ellsworth. Once again, this is Sacred Heart Knights versus the Ellsworth Bearcats, live here in Ellsworth, Kansas. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
At Maori Women's Clinic, we're here for women and what matters most to them. From understanding your monthly cycles to growing a family or navigating menopause and everything in between. Our experienced team of OBGYNs include Drs. Prendergast, Morgan, Ablard, Rosh, and Jones. Maori Women's Clinic is located in Salina, and we invite you to come experience a team that values expertise, care, and compassion, because you matter more at Maori.
Welcome back, and it's a muffed kickoff attempt from Sacred Heart, but recovers it back. Live here in Ellsworth, Kansas, I am Nicholas Fiero, along with Trey Tullius, providing you the game live on Salina Post YouTube. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. We are broadcasting up here in the Ellsworth booth. This is the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Thank you to all the sponsors. Vernon Jewelers' gem of the game right now so far. I want to say 2 plays so far. I mean, you got Cooper McGowan having a one-handed interception, and then literally the play right after is a 30, let me give you that correct yardage there. 36 or 37-yard touchdown run right after that for Cooper McGowan after that one-handed interception for Ellsworth. As that also goes on for my smart play of the game. Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Also want to thank Sage Products. Sage Products of Salina is your supplier of janitorial products for your business or home. From paper towels to soap and items from ceiling to floor, you'll see products from Sage. You can get the same home field advantage at your home or office by visiting sageselects.com. Score here is 41-point lead for Ellsworth on top of Sacred Heart 49-8 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Looks like this game is over here with a running clock for Sacred Heart. Oh, look like the defensive lineman for Ellsworth is trying to hold himself back from falling on top of the offensive line for Sacred Heart. Got a little too excited there. Like, bro, we're about to win this game. Get a little excited. Slow your roll there, man. I get it, man. 41-point lead. You still want to stay disciplined. Coach Homolka hopes to keep his team disciplined throughout the whole game until the last whistle. Sacred Heart looking to try to get some double-digit points on the board here as opposed to just having single-digit points with 8.
For high school kids after the game tonight, they will have sliders, chips, chili, and some coffee. Thanks to Hattie Joe's for supporting the Bearcats.
Once again,
Bearcat students.
Sacred Heart will be at Pleasanton next week after this game. Looks like Maddox Wells is out of the game. In for him is Colton Sprague. Colton Sprague, freshman QB for the Knights. Colton Sprague, 5'9", 150-pound freshman for the Knights. Looking to get some touches here and see about possibly getting at least a double-digit scoreboard for the Knights.
Tomorrow we have high school C volleyball at Salina South at 8:30 a.m. High school and junior high cross country at TMP at 9 a.m.
Colton Sprague at QB. Quarterback rolls to the left and runs and gets a first down, and strong run right there for Colton Sprague, the freshman
Nice run by
for Knights.
15, Colton Sprague.
As he stops the clock with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the fourth.
First down for Sacred Heart.
Nice run right there for the freshman.
High school JV football will be at Sacred Heart at Kansas Wesleyan at 5 p.m.
Quick area scoreboard
In action, high school
brought to you by
tennis
Bankton State Bank.
3 o'clock p.m. and junior
Let's
high
see what's
cross
going on
country
here
at
in the
Sacred
state of
Heart.
Kansas.
At Bill
Manhattan
at 4
takes the win over Garden City 43-13. Bueller with the win over Mulvane 34-27. And there's overtime actually for Republic County and Troy 28-28. Tie game right there. As it is a run up the middle for Sacred Heart. About a gain of about maybe 4.
Wells, the ball carrier, tackled by Landon Vague.
Let's continue to give you that area scoreboard. Bankton State Bank. Brought to you by Bankton State Bank. What's going on in Kansas? Let's see here.
Brings up a 2nd and 6.
Let's see what's going on the Salina Post side
Thursday next week,
of
high school
things.
tennis will be at Smoky Valley at 10 a.m. High school cross country at Heston.
As
3:30
we also
p.m.
have the game
Junior high will
of
be in action
Salina
for
South
their home debut against
and
Malone
Salina
next
Central, the
week.
Mayor's Cup. Looks like
Junior
it's a
high
tight
volleyball
game, 31-21 in the fourth quarter.
football
Tyler
at
Henry is
5
giving
p.m.
that live broadcast right now. And then also it's Southeast of Saline versus Minneapolis. Let's see what's going on live here. Looks like that game is probably over. I'll get that score for you for a second here. That's a nice run right there. Another nice run from Reed Douglas.
Tackle is made by number 53, Tyler.
Looks like that was a first down
First down by Sacred Heart.
for Sacred Heart.
Next week, Friday, high school will be right here at Channel.
So it is another run. It's a running clock, and the final score for Southeast of Saline. Southeast of Saline on top as they win over the Minneapolis Lions 60-21. Not a surprise there, as Southeast of Saline, the state champs of last year for their division and their class. 60-21, strong showing right there. Devin Haney on the broadcast for the Trojans in the Lions game. Another carry right there for Sacred Heart. As this game looks like it's going to be over, folks. I mean, it's a minute and 47 seconds left on the game clock. with Ellsworth with a 41-point lead. Looking very strong in this week 1 of the 2025 Kansas High School State football. 49-8. So we'll see what Coach Krychek and his team can do to respond next week against Pleasanton for week 2 of Kansas high school football, as the freshman Colton Sprague just doesn't do anything right there. Tries to get away from the Bearcat defense, but nothing doing there. As we're looking to get into the final seconds here of the fourth quarter, with exactly a minute left of the game. Running clock here, and they're probably just going to run it down. But we appreciate you for tuning in this game. As you can check other games on Salina Post YouTube page, live coverage of Salina Central and Salina South, live at Salina, at the Salina Stadium of the Mayor's Cup. You can see that. Tyler Henry giving the broadcast there in that game. As Colton Sprague, southpaw quarterback. Nice pass right there, though, to the receiver, who is Colin Wilson, freshman to freshman. Nice pass right there. That's a really nice throw right there, actually, by Colton Sprague to pick up some yardage right there. 26 seconds left. The clock stops to move the chains. Now the clock continues to run after the chains have been set up after that first down attempt. Let's see if they can get a touchdown at least and get some double digits on the board on this couple of last seconds here with exactly 10 seconds left on the game clock. Let's see what Sprague, freshman, can do here as he gives it off to number 13, who is Miles Wells, but he's stopped before they can even get a touchdown. But nice run right there. But that right there is the end of the game. The Ellsworth Bearcats' final score here, 49-8, all over the Sacred Heart Knights in this week 1 broadcast game for Sacred Heart. We'll be back here in just a few, as this game is brought to you by Commercial Tire Center.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Early mornings, long days. That's the life of a farmer. And during harvest season, there's no better time to reward yourself with a truck that works just as hard as you do. Get behind the wheel of a 2025 Ford F-150. Lease with 0 down starting at $499 a month. Need more muscle for the heavy haul? Check out the 2025 Ford F-250. Up to $6,500 off and 2.9% APR for 48 months. You've earned it. Let Long MacArthur make upgrading effortless. Visit longmacarthur.com today.
At Aeroplanes, it's much more than a house. It's where bedtime stories are told, birthday candles are blown out, and neighbors, you become lifelong friends. At Aeroplanes in Salina, every street, every home is designed for families to grow and memories to take root. Find your place now for your family's next chapter at Aeroplanes, building more than homes, building communities now. Visit now at aeroplaneskansas.com. That's AEROPLAINSKS.com. Aeroplanes. Let's move.
And welcome back. Once again, I am Nicholas Sfero giving you this broadcast, along with Trey Tolley giving you this live coverage. Appreciate his efforts in giving you the live coverage on the Salina Post YouTube page. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. As the Ellsworth Bearcats looking very strong in this week 1 season home opener for them of the 2025 Kansas high school football season opener of week 1. All over the Sacred Heart Knights with the final score 49-8. Just a quick recap. I mean, we have 5 total rushing touchdowns for the Ellsworth Bearcats, and that was really the only touchdowns that we've had of Ellsworth. It was all in the rushing game, as two rushing touchdowns for Tucker Goss. I believe 2 for Carson Jacobs, 1 for Cooper McGowan, and 1 for Rhett Bowl. They had 28 points in the third quarter. That team is led by Josh Homolka. But for the Sacred Heart offense, it was, I'll be honest with you guys, they didn't look too hot this game, aside from the 84-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Wells to Noah Hines early in the first quarter, which actually put them over the Ellsworth Bearcats, who scored first in the game for the Bearcats. But other than that, the Knights just struggled on both sides of the ball, not only on offense but on defense. They just could not stop the run game for the Bearcats, as you've had 250, I should say, plus total rushing yards for the Bearcats on the efforts of Carson Jacobs at QB, Jackson Minier, Cooper McGowan, Tucker Goss, and Rhett Bowl. Those 5 guys were just running all over the defense of the Sacred Heart Knights. Want to thank the sponsors that have supported us in this game: Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, LilyPad Septic, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, Vernon Jewelers, Salina Regional Health Center, Careers, Maori Women's Clinic, APAC Shears, Hire Scott Mortuary and Cremations, Salina Ortho, Kelly Kitchener, Shelter Insurance, Bennington State Bank, Sage Products, Messenger Total Promotions, Copico, Kansas Bankers Technologies, Equity Bank, Dan Gobble at Salina Homes, and also Copico. Want to thank all those sponsors. The Vernon Jewelers gem of the game for me is Cooper McGowan, who had a one-handed interception in the third quarter, and after that literally had a 37-yard rushing touchdown, literally the play after that, to bring the Bearcats up, continuing their run game and their run slaughter against the Sacred Heart Knights. Sacred Heart is now 0-1 to start the season, as Ellsworth is 1-0 to start this season opener. Sacred Heart next week will be at Pleasanton. See if they can respond after this tough loss against Ellsworth. But I mean, the Maddox Wells, I mean, was just, you can just see the pocket was just collapsing. He had to roll left, roll right for the remainder of the game, as Coach Krychek has said that the offensive line is very young with about 3 to 4 freshman starters. Not trying to say that that's why the pocket has been collapsing, but usually when you have a young offensive line, they're going to have to get some experience, and I'm pretty sure I have confidence that they will learn a lot from this game and continue to try to get better throughout the week at practice to get ready for their game next week against Pleasanton. Before we sign off, I'm going to give you an area scoreboard brought to you by Bennington State Bank to see what's going on around the state of Kansas in this season opener for the 2025 high school Kansas football, as Hayes beats Derby 22-21. That is an upset. My goodness. I mean, Derby's, as you guys know, is strong, a very good team, and is beat by Hayes 22-21. Public County and Troy 28-28 in overtime. Sylvan Lucas with a strong win over Thunder Ridge 56-20. Scott City 28-21 28 over Cimarron, 0. And then the third quarter, Liberal beats Wichita North 64-6. And for the Salina Post side of things, as our games have been live streamed on the Salina Post YouTube page, Southeast of Saline plummeted over the Minneapolis line 60-21. Devin Haney on that game, broadcasting live. As we'll see the game here for Salina Central and Salina South. Get you that score here in just a minute. Tyler Henry is on the broadcast booth for that game as well. Last time I checked of that game, Salina Central was up on top of Salina South 31-21 in that game. Get you that score here just in a second. But as I mentioned, Coach Krychek, this is his second season. Last season he finished 3-5. Now he's 0-1 to start the season with an overall record of 3-6 in his second season for the Sacred Heart Knights. 4 coaches. There we go. Trey totally got that score. As it is the final score, Salina Central Mustangs on top of the Salina South Cougars 31-21 in that Mayor's Cup final. Tyler Henry with that broadcast game. But yes, once again, I am Nicholas Firo signing off here with Trey Tolley. Appreciate all his work and getting this live coverage for you guys at the Salina Post YouTube page. This game brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. Once again, final score, Ellsworth Bearcats on top of Sacred Heart Knights 49-8. See you guys next week. Sacred Heart against Pleasanton next Friday.